Firefighters struggling to get that Ross fire contained. We have an update this afternoon from our crews in Palo Pinto County. And rescue teams working quickly, trying to find hundreds of missing people after that catastrophe in Nepal, including dozens of Americans. Welcome to WFAA News at 4 o'clock on this Thursday afternoon. I'm Jason Wheeler. New footage today of the devastation left behind by the Ross fire. Building after building just gone, as you can see here. So far, that sprawling fire has burned more than 85,000 acres, and at last check, it is just 21% contained now. It is ravaging two counties, Jack and Palo Pinto counties, both just west of Fort Worth. Around 200 firefighters have been helping with this one, but they have had their hands full, to say the least. We've had our crews out there all day as well. Aaron Heft is in Palo Pinto County today with the latest.
Gaining new details on the Ross fire, as it's officially been burning past the 72-hour mark at this point. Private fire investigators flagging an area of interest, collecting potential evidence into how this fire began, as others work to determine the official perimeter and damage level to properties. We spoke with Texas A&M Forest Service on their investigation.
Investigations of wildfires and finding the cause does take time.
And it can be natural, it can be intentional, it can be accidental, correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. So 9 out of 10 wildfires are human caused, but at this time it is not determined what has caused this particular fire.
Officials today explaining that containment efforts are complicated because wind is pushing through the tens of thousands of acres that have already burned. As we gain more information, we'll bring you the latest. From Palo Pinto County on the Ross fire, I'm Aaron Heft.
All right, let's bring in senior meteorologist Jesse Hawila now to talk more about this and about the weather that we're experiencing here. Jesse, you saw them putting those little red flags out there in the fields, and unfortunately, you could see those flags just kind of blowing in the breeze there. Yeah. Some of the plants moving around as well. With something this huge out there, you just want 0 mile-an-hour wind. You want nothing going on wind-wise.
Exactly. There was a little thunderstorm in the area early, and it was one isolated storm in the area, so the rain might have been a little beneficial, but the other side of that is it was a wind producer. Winds were in the 30-mile-an-hour range, so
that's really bad.
That's obviously not what they need. They do need the rain, and here's the latest on the Ross fire. 85,000 acres, 21% contained. This is a big fire, one of the biggest in our area's history. If you look here, it's 28 miles long, which is about the distance between Dallas and Fort Worth. Every county, including Rockwall County now, every county in North Texas under a burn ban. Okay, please remember this because I don't have any significant changes in the forecast anytime soon. That means we remain dry, we remain hot, and none of the conditions are going to improve. Okay, drought, in fact, I've got the latest drought monitor for you here in our full forecast in just about 15 minutes. Radar, it's not 100% quiet. I've got a couple of showers. It's really not much. We had a little shower near Perrin. You go up to the north into Montague County, a little shower just to the east of Bowie. This is not rain of consequence. It's not something we need, but we need more than this. Some of you are getting a few sprinkles, though. You see earlier today, out in Palo Pinto County, that's that thunderstorm that went through the area very close to the Ross fire. Boy, I tell you, that's interesting to see it pop up right in that area. This weekend, it's hot. There are no changes. Triple digits are in the forecast, and it's dry through the weekend, so make sure that you stay hydrated, and remember, be extra cautious because fire conditions are bad. Stacia, what's going on?
All right, thanks, Jesse. So we're just taking a look right around downtown Dallas. Traffic moving along. I-38 2nd Avenue. Jesse was talking about fire dangers, and we do have a vehicle fire in Tarrant County to let you know about. This is a developing situation, and we'll keep you updated on as we learn more, but it looks like they could even potentially shut down a portion of 35W northbound at Meacham Boulevard. So that's why we're seeing all that backup that extends all the way to downtown Fort Worth. Once again, that location, 35W, right there at Meacham. Also, we're looking at slower traffic along Loop 12. It's right around that time of the afternoon, late afternoon, where we see things slow down. Loop 12, as as you're approaching it, well, just north of I-30 is really where it starts to slow down. And then also we have slower traffic because they're doing road closures. When I say road closures, I should say lane closures. They've got daily road work happening, and it looks like it's wrapped up for the afternoon, but it has slowed traffic this afternoon along I-20 on the westbound side there at Robinson Road. As always, wherever you're headed this afternoon, please be safe. Jason?
All right, Stacia, thank you. Good advice there. New at 4 now, a sudden end to the school day for kids at Balak Middle School in Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD. The district evacuated that campus after it says a building alarm was activated and the fire department recommended the move. No word yet, though, on what that alarm was, but students and staff were taken to nearby Standridge Stadium for dismissal. Parents were able to pick up their students early today, and the district says that the buses ran as normal. We'll still look for more details on what that alert was all about there at that building. Let's get now to the devastation in Nepal. The U.S. State Department now says 3 Americans have been rescued, but another 90 still remain unaccounted for. They are among 1,000 people still missing after a wall of water slammed into villages there. ABC's Karen Travers has the latest.
Terrifying scenes out of Nepal, walls of water slamming into everything in its path. Along the Tibet border, people running for their lives as seconds later, a mudslide destroys everything. Entire villages swept away, covered in mud and debris, after floodwaters were unleashed by a landslide from what experts say was likely a collapsing glacier. Satellite images show the area before and after the disaster. The water speeding down the mountain at more than 40 miles per hour, the energy equivalent to a magnitude 5.2 earthquake, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. An ABC News analysis of the video and satellite images shows that the deadly wall of water traveled an incredible 62 miles downriver. Now a desperate search and rescue mission for the more than 1,000 missing, including hundreds of foreign tourists. Canadian Darren Jacklin says he's thankful to be alive. He was at that now destroyed border crossing just hours before this horrifying scene played out.
When I saw the video footage, I thought to myself, where would I have ran when I was there? What's my exit points?
Among the missing Americans, 22 people in a group from Tennessee, taking part in a spiritual pilgrimage.
It's been very shocking to us as well as to the family members. So the best thing we can do right now is get as much information as it comes in.
We haven't gotten the full list yet, but hopefully they're okay.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio said in a statement the U.S. government stands ready to support Nepal with humanitarian assistance. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
A developing story that we're monitoring at this hour. The jury is now deliberating in the Lindsay Clancy trial. Jurors must decide if the Massachusetts mother should be held criminally responsible for killing her 3 children in 2023. Defense attorneys say Clancy was deep in postpartum psychosis at the time, while prosecutors say she acted intentionally and rationally. We're going to keep on monitoring this case right now. We will bring you an update as soon as we get it. And another developing story, a hearing that could have reversed the Texas THC ban has been delayed. The lawsuit requests a temporary restraining order against that ban. It's been rescheduled for tomorrow. The new law took effect at the beginning of the month, banning Delta 8 and Delta 10, but still allowing some Delta 9 products. It was another big day for Y'all Street. That's Governor Abbott ringing the closing bell at the grand opening of the New York Stock Exchange, Texas. The new headquarters in Oak Lawn gives companies listed on NYSE Texas a venue and event space. That exchange is in direct competition with the new TXSE Texas and the new Texas branch of NASDAQ. If you